And welcome to... Wait, hold on. This isn't Banter, is it, Blake?
Oh, well, it's close. It's Banter 2 Electric Boogaloo. That's a Season 2 of Banter. If you've never heard us before, we just finished our season, which was Monday 7 till 8 for the past season. Now, we're a drive time slot.
We've been upgraded.
Upgraded. 2.0. If you've never heard us before, I'm Blake Everett. Right next to me, as always, is...
Amos Batt.
Amos Batt. What a guy.
Thank you.
What a man.
Oh, really?
What an absolute pleb.
Oh.
I got you, didn't I?
You...
Got you with a tasty sledgehammer right off the bat.
You did what? That sounds violent.
I got with a tasty sledgehammer.
That sounds really violent.
Don't question it, Amos. Let's go into our first song, and then we're back. We're here for 2 hours for some cheeky little banter. This is Nile Rodgers with a little song called State Your Mind.
And you were listening to Nile Rodgers' State Your Mind, and you're also listening to Banter 2.
Banter 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Banter new and improved.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I mean, it's new, but is it improved? Have we done much to improve ourselves?
It's longer, so there's more.
There's more. That doesn't necessarily mean it's improved. Some would say worse.
Would you say a large Coke is better than a small Coke?
It depends on how full you are.
Well, if you're full of banter and you don't want any more, what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? But no, that was some of our reviews from last season. People said it was like eating a pounder. They said it was like eating a pounder. Like, just go with a quarter pounder. But it was like eating a panda. Our show was like eating a panda. This is like eating a bloody double pounder then for them. And I feel sorry for them because they're probably going to get diabetes type 2. Onset adult diabetes.
Wow, getting that from the radio is impressive. Also, I don't know how you get diabetes from eating a burger.
It's a metaphor.
For those of you who don't actually know what a pounder is, it's a...
I thought you were going to say, for those of you who don't know what a burger is.
I mean, also...
Come out of your cave.
For those of you who don't know what a burger is, what diabetes is, and what a pounder is,
well,
they're all closely related.
This is the show for you.
This is the show for you. We're going to fill you in. So a pounder is a McDonald's quarter pounder, but with 4 patties, 4 chickens... Sorry, four cheeses.
4 whole chickens, jeez.
4 chickens is a bit much. No.
There's a mate of ours, his name's Jack. Every time we go to McDonald's, he always gets a pounder, doesn't he?
And he always regrets it.
Yeah, halfway through each pounder, he always says, I think I can feel my heart slowing down.
Yep.
But he still goes for it. Every time he goes in, he's like, no, I'm getting a pounder. Calm down, mate. Get your quarter.
Yep, just pace yourself when it comes to burgers, man, or you're gonna reach the stage in your life where your feet are turning into burgers.
Oh no!
That's what they do with diabetes, right? They're gonna take your feet because they turn into burgers.
Real life loafers.
Because of the buns, right?
Yeah, loaf. Well, it's more of a bread joke, but I guess it works with rolls.
It works.
But that's what you got to do. You got to pace yourself, whether it be with a pounder, so go for the quarter pounder, or whether you're running a race. You know.
Yeah.
Usain Bolt, he paced himself, and guess what?
I don't think he paced himself. He was a sprinter, wasn't he?
No, listen to me, Amos. He paced himself, and he won the Olympics.
Was he an Olympic runner?
He won the Olympics.
I'm going to be honest, I don't know.
He won. I don't know. Yeah, no.
I don't know huge about Usain Bolt. All I know is he's got his own shoes.
Yeah, no, he definitely didn't pace himself.
No.
But
I think he tried out long jump event at one point.
Did he?
Yeah, no, he was I think he did sprinting, and then he did long distance running, and then I think he tried to try out.
Imagine if he just jumped the whole 100 meters.
Wait, you mean like in one jump?
Yeah.
Or do you mean like just did it in series of jumps?
No, I'm thinking just one whole jump. Like ready, said, world record.
Now that's funny to me because usually a 100-meter jump is 100-meter run is like around a curved track. So I'm just imagining him jumping from the start point and then just sort of floating about a meter off the ground, like with his knees tucked up, just flying around the circuit.
Yeah. No, well, the thing with the 100 meters, it's a straight line though, isn't it? Because you start kind of like just a bit before it curves in. You start a bit back here, and then it's just a straight run.
But is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So 100's a straight, then you get to the 200, you're coming around the bend a bit. Get to 400, guess what? You've done a goddamn full lap.
Wow.
And he's, the thing with Usain Bolt, he's actually allergic to going around bends, and that's why he only does the 100-meter sprint.
That is very silly, and it's might quite be the silliest thing I've heard today. Just today.
Good.
It wouldn't quite fill out what I've heard all week, but just today.
Well, you haven't really done anything today, have you?
No.
Well, just so you know, me and Amos, we're Year 12 students. I do VCE, he does VCAL. I was at school today. Where were you, Amos? Were you at school? Wait, firstly, let's start with this question. Were you supposed to be at school?
I hate you so much.
No, just tell me. Were you supposed to be at school today?
Yeah.
Where were you at school? That's my second question.
No.
Third question. Why?
Because while I was on my way to school, I left my wallet at home. So before I got in the door, I had to go back to go get it. And I figured, hey, you know what? To get to radio on time, I usually take last period off. Why would I want to get there if I'm going to be late for the first period and then only stick around for 2 periods? I mean, I just felt like it wasn't really worth it, and I could stay home and do a bit of homework.
Did you?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah? You did homework?
A decent amount. Not a decent amount, but enough to make it feel like the day wasn't wasted.
Firstly, first question. Why did you need your wallet so bad? Like, how close were you to school when you decided, I forgot my wallet, I need it?
Because it's got my Mikey in it, and I have caught way too many fines.
All right, so you hadn't got on the tram yet?
No, I had gotten on the tram, and I'd gotten all the way. Some ticket inspectors got on. I'm like, okay, time to touch on just to show that I'm a good boy.
No wallet.
No wallet. They didn't get to me. Hopped off at the next stop, and I went home out of fear.
That's always a cheeky thing to do, isn't it?
Actually, I don't know why I decided to take the tram home, because that was the absolute risk.
Oh no, I don't have my Mikey. I'm going to go off the tram. I'll get on this one. Go back home.
That's pretty much it. It's not even that much of a walk, honestly. I could have just walked home.
Yeah. Or you call up Bolt taxis.
Bulk taxis. What's
Bolt?
a Bolt?
No, Usain Bolt. He's got his own little taxi rank now. You give him a call on 1-800 Boltee. That's the BOLTEE. Boltee. Just because it has to fill up all the numbers, doesn't it? 1-800 Boltee. And you give him a call. Next thing you know, Usain Bolt comes in a straight line, not around the bend. He can't do that. He comes in a straight line. You hop at his back. And if you live in a straight direction from where you're at, he'll get you home safe and sound.
I like to imagine it's just Usain Bolt pulling like a rickshaw.
Yes. That's how he started off.
Wow, really?
Yeah. No, he used to, before he got to the Olympics via Jamaica, what?
No.
What was that noise?
I just assumed that he wasn't in Jamaica to start with and stopped by Jamaica as if it were like a layover flight. But he was running. But I forgot that he's from Jamaica.
Yeah, he's from Jamaica. No, he started off in China, pulling rickshaws. And one time, someone from the Olympics hopped on the rickshaw, and he's like, "Oh wow, I got here 9 seconds earlier than I wanted to be. You're really good. You should try running 100 meters."
Wow.
And he was like, "Just 100. I could run a kilometer if you want." I said, "No, just 100." He's like, "Oh, yeah, I guess that's all right." And that's the evolution of how Usain Bolt became an Olympic gold man.
That's amazing.
I know, it's pretty...
That's truly a story of triumph and victory.
It is. So, moral of the story...
In a straight line.
In a straight line. He can only run in straight lines. He's a big fan of rulers.
Oh, I can imagine he'd love them.
He hates those ones that are made out of, the rubbery type plastic.
Well, I hate them too, because they always get kinks in them.
Yeah, they get kinks in them, but he hates them so much. So much. He's actually been in and out of the psych ward many times, just because of what those bendy rulers have done to him.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Did they hit him?
Hmm?
Did they hit him?
We prefer not to talk about it, and I'm pretty sure he wouldn't want me talking about it.
Did he tell you that?
I just want to bring this up. There's pretty much one of the big rules on SYN Nation, on radio, is you're not allowed to defame anyone, yeah?
Yeah.
You're not allowed to accuse someone of doing something if it's not real, but I think these things that we're saying, they're so out there. If you believe them and if you think this is defamation, then you don't deserve to listen to the radio. You deserve to be hiding in a cave, just like Osama.
Yeah, but then they won't know what burgers are.
Yeah.
And they'll have to get out of the cave.
Full circle.
Full circle, unlike Usain Bolt.
All right, we're going to go to another song now, but come back after this, and we're going to tell you what burgers, what diabetes is. And, again. I think we didn't get to enough, so this is a little song by George Ezra called Did You Hear the Rain? That was some George Ezra with Did you hear the rain?
I didn't hear the rain.
I didn't either.
We're underground, Blake.
Yeah. What? Oh yeah. No, you confused me. I was thinking of asking that question. Did you hear the rain last night? I was gonna say there is no rain, and then I just thought back to my whole house being underground. I was like, no, it's not like that, Amos. You've been to my house. Anyway.
But your house isn't underground, Blake.
What?
It's a secret bunker.
I'm actually
a mole person.
I prefer if people didn't know that. Like, you just can't go around. Like, I hate when people go around saying, "Oh, you seen Blake, the mole person." I don't appreciate it, and I'd really.
Yeah, no, it's racist. In fact, it's speciesist.
Like, wait, what?
Speciesist.
So the ist of species.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah.
Just, it's annoying. Some of my best friends, who I think I can trust, are going around saying, "Oh, Blake, he's a bloody mole person." I don't like it. Just stop. Stop it. Don't call me the mole person.
Yeah, no, call him,
Don't.
No, we shouldn't call him that, actually.
Don't call me that.
I won't call you that.
What weren't you going to call me?
I was not going to call you Quicks McGee.
Yeah, just don't. Don't call me Quicks McGee.
It's your name on the street, but you don't appreciate it.
No, we don't talk about it. People call me Quicks McGee. I don't like it. Don't. If you're out there and you're thinking, "Oh, Blake, bloody Quicks McGee, the mole person," just don't. Don't think that.
And if you say those words in succession, you're the worst kind of person.
You're the worst. You're like, you make Hitler look alright if you call me Quicks McGee, the mole person.
He's probably in Tony Abbott's cabinet.
Hitler.
And I don't mean like the person who calls you Quicks McGee and the mole person.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
And I don't mean, oh wow, I've just done something to my headphones, they're not working anymore. Anyway, and by Tony Abbott's cabinet, I don't mean his political party. I mean, there's probably just someone hiding in Tony Abbott's cabinet, just filming him, being weird.
Wait, do you reckon he's hired this person to film him?
That'd be weird.
That would be weird.
It would be weird.
Or is it someone like just hiding in his cabinet, just with a camera, filming his bedroom antics?
That's even weirder.
Is it?
I like to imagine it's kind of like that one scene in Hoodwinked in which there's like someone in the cupboard.
Someone in the closet. Yeah.
And they're like all tied up.
I've got a really good joke, but I can't think of the reference. So don't worry about it.
Is it the Tom Cruise is in the closet?
No, I was just thinking of the song Trapped in the Closet.
Oh, okay.
Who did it? R. Kelly.
No.
There you go. I'm thinking.
Also, going back to defamation, if you think any of this is true, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, we're not defaming anyone. I think
Tony Abbott has not hired anyone to just hang about in his closet.
Imagine if you go to Tony Abbott's house and like there's just you hear a creak. You're like, oh, what's that? It's like, oh, just R. Kelly. I've hired him to film my bedroom antics. What are you doing? What do you do with the footage? I'll put it on a hard drive. Oh wow! And then what do you do with it then? I'll put it on a backup hard drive. Oh, good. So at least he's a good man. He
doesn't circulate it on the web.
No.
Without any of consent.
Consent from himself.
Or Tony.
Yeah. Whenever he has to ask everyone in the world named Tony. He's like, hey Tony, is it all right if I put this video of me? It's like, that's not me. Yeah, but your name's Tony. And they're like, yeah, whatever. And
that must get irritating for all the Tonys of the world.
It is.
I know a few Tonys, and I don't think they've been asked.
Yeah,
Do you think R. Kelly's getting lax?
Lax?
Yeah.
What's lax?
Lazy.
Yeah.
Lacking.
Lacking what? His film quality?
No, in his consent asking. Because I know a bunch of people named Tony, and they've never come to me and said, hey, R. Kelly's asking me if I can upload...
Yeah.
Not upload, but save weird videos of Tony Abbott.
Yeah, but if R. Kelly came up to you as a Tony and said, oh, is it alright if I put this video up of not you, but your name's Tony, would they tell other people?
No.
I don't think they would. I think they'd keep it to themselves. I think it's something special, something beautiful. And if someone came up to me and said, hey, well, firstly, I'd say my name's not Tony, but secondly, I wouldn't tell anyone.
Yeah, probably because you don't want to, make it public knowledge that Tony Abbott's getting filmed by R. Kelly.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
Which we've just done.
Wait a sec. The phone's ringing. We got ring, 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 ring.
Do I have to get this?
Yeah, answer it. Ring, ring. Ring.
Hello?
Hi there.
Who's this?
It's R. Kelly.
Really? Because you sound a lot like Tony Abbott.
Yeah. Well, I've been spending so much time with him, and I've kind of got his accent.
Okay. 1 second, Tony. What was that?
I'm just eating an onion.
Don't encourage him, Blake.
Oh, sorry.
Just a disclaimer. in case you've just tuned in for whatever reason, tune in earlier if you have. Again, disclaimer, none of this is true.
No, none of this is true.
And even if Tony was getting filmed by R. Kelly from his closet, this is not true. We want to make sure that no one out there believes this.
Yeah. Mate, what if he was? We could get assassinated tomorrow.
We're probably going to get... Do you think we'd be getting assassinated by Tony's people or by R. Kelly's people?
Both.
Do you think they'd do it together, holding hands?
Here's the thing. Whoa, that's nice. I like that. That's beautiful. But what I'm imagining is Tony's people dressed up in R. Kelly's people's fashion wear.
Is that like pea-covered linen?
What?
Nothing. Old reference.
Okay, to what?
Oh, there was a scandal a while ago about R. Kelly peeing on people.
Anyway, that's the end of the show. What? There's a scandal?
Yeah.
No, R. Kelly peeing on people?
Well, not on people, but like... it doesn't matter.
I mean, I think if you...
I don't have enough of the facts to begin publicly broadcasting this over the airwaves.
If you were trapped in the closet for long enough, yeah, I'd pee on a few people too. I mean, especially the people that locked me there in the first place.
Well, maybe that's what they're filming. Or they're not filming.
So, R. Kelly, anyway, diabetes.
Diabetes.
What a segue.
What a segue. Talking about pacing, when we were talking about Usain Bolt, talking about pacing, you know what doesn't pace itself?
What?
The weather in Melbourne.
Ah, the weather. What's with it?
We're finally getting on to the topic of discussion that we were originally planning to talk about
like
in the first bracket.
Yeah, 5 minutes before the show started, we're like, all right, we'll talk about weather, we'll talk about spring. It's 4:25. We're getting into it. So that's the way Banter works. Banter is a heavily improvised show. We just come in the studio every week. We kind of know what we're going to talk about, but there's a very good chance we're going to go off topic.
There's a very good chance we never talk about what we think we're going to talk about.
Yeah, like that, and that's why it's called Banter. We come in here, we do a bit of cheeky little banter. So it's Banter to Electric Boogaloo with Blake and Amos. Thanks for tuning in for our second season, first episode.
Oh, you're welcome, Blake.
Yeah. So, pacing, the weather.
The weather does not pace itself. It went from winter to spring. Actually, no, it went from winter to summer, or like very quickly.
Yeah, I hate spring. Spring and autumn, the worst seasons.
Really?
Yeah.
I like spring because it's kind of like summer, but not really as hot.
That's the thing, though. I consider spring and autumn just to be discount summer and winter.
Yeah, in Melbourne, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Do you know what my favourite seasons are?
What?
From least favourite to most favourite, you got autumn, spring, summer, winter, and Frankie Valli.
Is that all of them?
Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons was a band from the 60s, and that was a really funny joke. Like, if this was 1960s America, you'd be all over that shit, all right?
Oh, man, I'd be all over it like jelly on toast.
You'd be all over it like Sherry, Sherry, baby, Sherry, Sherry.
Anyway, so the weather in Melbourne.
Sherry, won't you come out tonight?
Anyway.
Sherry, baby.
Oh, wow, that bass.
I got a deep voice.
Thank you. If at any point you want to do that again, I'm totally fine with that.
Sherry, baby.
Oh, wow, that was amazing.
Well, bring it. If you want me to say some stuff in a deep voice, just hit me with it.
Say ice cream sherbet.
Ice cream sherbet.
Oh, that was very nice. Now say slip and slide.
Slip and slide.
Oh, not as good as ice cream sherbet.
No.
All right. So
we'll come back to that throughout the show, maybe.
Say ruin the fun for everybody at Funfields.
Ruin the fun for everyone at Funfields.
Oh, that was just what we needed.
Do you know how the fun was ruined?
Peeing on the water slide.
No, a guy took a poo.
That was it, pooing on the water slide. God, that's an old joke. That was what, year 9, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was like when me and Amos first became friends. That was one of the things we bonded on. Kid takes a poo on the slide at Funfields. Ruin the fun for everyone at Funfields. I mean, if someone did take a poo on the slide, that would ruin the fun.
Yeah, no, because then the slide would get shut down.
It would also ruin the life for the one guy that encountered it. Yeah.
Do you think that'd be the one guy before him or the one guy after him?
No, the one guy after. Like, it depends how big...
yeah, no, because you could
I
never...
I really don't want to talk about this, but...
We're going to go in depth. We're going in depth.
I think it depends on the density of the poo.
Yeah, no, if it's a... No, I think actually, no, there's no way, no matter the density, for a waste dispersal of one's region to catch up with a person in front of them on a water slide.
I don't think that's going to work. But what happened here was my initial thought was he did a poo and it just stuck. It kind of just stuck there on the slide, so then it was the next person.
Oh, like a Mario hazard.
Yeah.
Like a Mario Kart hazard,
Except it doesn't make you big, or it doesn't protect you from bananas.
It is the banana, just so much worse.
It's horrible. Anyway, that's enough poo talk. I don't really like toilet humour.
I wouldn't call that toilet humour. I'd call that slip and slide humour.
Slip and slide.
It's still pretty good.
Let's go to another song. This is Arctic Monkeys with Snap Out of It. Okay, we will.
Arctic Monkeys, Snap Out of It. I like that song.
Yeah. Snap Out of It. Amos was in a bit of a trance there.
Was I?
No, but it was just a nice little joke.
It was, but I'm going to take that as a...
That was my segue again.
Nice segue.
Oh, jeez.
Makes a weird noise.
Yeah, it's I got it pumped up. I put the wrong kind of gasoline in it.
That's really weird.
It's supposed to be unleaded, and then I found out it was electric.
Yeah. That's why it's making a weird noise, because it's covered in gasoline.
Yeah, I really should get it down to the mechanics.
Yeah. Don't take it down to the Mechanics Institute, however, because they actually don't deal with mechanics.
They don't.
They don't.
They put on performances.
They do. What performance did they put on recently?
Well, I believe it was called I Should Be Studying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, we promoted this quite a lot during our last few weeks of Banter Season 1. I did a show at the Mechanics Institute called I Should Be Studying, which I really should be. I'm in Year 12. VCE exams are coming up soon. I should have been studying. It was just good fun. It was a bit of stand-up musical comedy, and Amos was in the show with me. He was my assistant. And we did 6 shows last week, and we finished on Sunday. And it was good fun.
It was a pretty intense 2 weeks, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Mad.
Those holidays weren't really holidays.
Yeah, no, I haven't had holidays since 2012.
Yeah, is that when you started doing pantomimes?
Yeah, because I do pantomimes as well, and they're like kids' performances. And these holidays, I just went all out. I did 24 pantos, 2 a day, except for the middle Sunday on the holidays. And then I also was doing my show. So I was doing the second week from Tuesday to Saturday. I was doing a 10:30 show, a 1:30 show, and a 5:30 show. I was wrecked.
And about each one went for about an hour anyway.
Yeah. And then I was also trying to have holidays, so I was kind of going out at night.
Yeah, you had a very active nightlife.
Yeah, well, that was really the only time I could kind of actually have holiday time. Was at night time, so I think it just got worse and worse. Like the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, before I had to go back to school, my return times to home was a 2:30, a 4:30, and a 6:30.
The 6:30, I was just plain impressed by.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate
like,
that.
2:30, I'm thinking, hey, that's you've controlled that pretty well.
Yeah.
4:30, wow, I mean, you've done some things. 6:30, I couldn't tell whether to be shocked or impressed. Just thinking, I mean, that takes effort.
People are getting up at 6:30. I'm getting home.
My parents are awake by 6:30.
There you go. I should have dropped in and had a cup of tea.
One time on the holidays, I ended up getting home at about 5:30. My parents were already up and getting ready to go to work and do the stuff they do for a living and getting money. Meanwhile, I'm just
getting home.
Just getting home.
Yeah.
I think I had to do something that day, but I don't remember what it was.
You know something's wrong when you get home, your parents are having a cup of tea, and you're eating a kebab. Like, you know something's gone wrong.
No one eats a kebab in the morning unless you haven't been to bed.
Yeah, and if you've been drinking too much water.
Too much water, say.
We'll call it water. But what we really mean is Voss water. See?
Voss water.
I'm not going to say that we're actually talking about alcohol because we don't promote
What? No.
Oh, no, I've done it.
You've done it. We're off the road. Like, it's been one day.
Oh, one day we're off Season 2. Banter 2, Electric, No More Boogaloo.
Well, actually, no, we can say that we did it as long as we don't condone it.
I condone it. No, I'm just kidding.
Just kidding.
No, but, kebabs.
All this promoting we're doing of alcohol, we'll call it satire. I think satire is like the easiest way to get out of any form of lawsuit.
When we go out, we don't really drink that much.
No.
We go there, we have a dance, and then we come home. But I think kebabs are definitely food for alcoholics.
I mean, I don't quite see... I mean, I get what you mean.
Right, one night, you had a bit more water than usual, and just watching you eat a kebab was satisfying, but at the same time, not great.
I mean, it felt like the greatest thing I had ever eaten. At
I
that
could
point.
tell by the noises you were making. People don't even orgasm like that. You were just like every bite, you're like, oh yeah.
It was really good.
And then you were trying to tell me that you weren't a bit tipsy. No one makes those noises. But then on the way here, we walked past an Asian restaurant, and you made quite a similar noise.
I really like Asian food.
Yeah, you just walked past. Like, you didn't even eat Asian food. You just walked past it, and you went, oh.
It smelled so good. Korean barbecue, you can't beat it.
Well, you can. With a baseball bat.
Yeah, or maybe a mallet.
A mallet, yeah.
In case you want to tenderize the meat before cooking it up.
Yeah.
Now, I know I said we'd talk about the weather, but we got very sidetracked.
That's banter for you. We get sidetracked, but we always try to come back. But yeah, the weather's been absolutely mental.
Yeah.
This week, like, one of the days during the week was 35 degrees. 30 gosh darn 5 degrees.
It went from being very cold to very hot while it was still in winter.
And now it's kind of medium again.
And then it went into spring, and it was like hot, really hot for one day.
Yeah.
And then it was cold for 2 days.
Yeah.
And then it's just been hot since then.
35. I mean, it's a horrible thought to think that we're still like 2 months off summer.
I don't mind. Because summer just means sleepless nights for me.
Yeah.
Kicking my bed sheets all over the place because I can't get comfy.
Yeah. I always do the 2 feet out either side.
I've done the inverted. I'm well mental. You know what I've started to do?
What?
The entire body out from the blankets except for my feet.
Oh, what's wrong with you?
I don't know.
You're sick. If Penny and Brian are listening, please help Amos. That's Amos's mum and stepdad. Please help him. There's something wrong with him. He needs help.
I mean, it's just like, I don't know why. I feel like I need to have something covering me. Maybe with my arms, it's a bit weird because then the rest of my body
you can't be
feels
fully exposed.
Yeah, no. But for me, it's like up to the shins.
That's weird.
It is a bit weird.
Like one time, like maybe a couple times, I've done like just one leg covered and then the rest of me is out.
Oh, that's good.
But I've never done just the feet covered. Like I feel like that's a bit much, really.
I felt like I was wearing my blankets as shoes.
You ever been on a sleepover and seen someone wearing their shoes to bed?
No.
Oh, neither have I, but it'd be interesting.
It'd be scary. I just assume that person eats people and is and just an absolute psychopath. No one sleeps with their shoes on unless you're absolutely dreadfully tired.
Yeah, no, this is how I
just can't be
figure
bothered to get dressed.
Like, I've made a whole situation in my head. Someone on a sleepover, they're wearing their shoes. You ask them, "Oh, why are you wearing your shoes to bed?" And they go, "Oh, they're new shoes. I'm just trying to stretch them out." And then you say, like, "Why don't you just stretch them out during the day?" I was like, "Oh no, but I'm going to get blisters on my feet." So in a way, I think it's quite smart. So if you're going on a sleepover and you got tight shoes, bloody wear them to bed. I figured out that whole situation in my head, Amos.
Yeah, I was going to tune in, and then I think I figured out that you had everything worked out.
I had it all sorted out.
You had all the answers, you just didn't know where to get them, and then you found them.
I found them.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you, Dad.
What?
Nothing.
So the weather?
Yeah, so the weather. It's
The weather is a topic we still haven't entirely explored, but we're just calling it back whenever we just want to exit what we're talking about.
The weather is
I'm not your dad.
What?
I'm not your dad.
Don't say that. Just don't.
You need to know.
I don't. I just want to live life like this. Thinking that my dad's a VCAL student in the same year as me.
Man, I get a bit of flack for being in VCAL, but I don't think I've ever had to explain why Cards Against Humanity cards are so funny to people who are in VCE than the other day. I went back to a mate's house.
Just for people that don't know what Cards Against Humanity
Cards Against Humanity is a context-based card game where basically you have to try and make the funniest context using the cards you're given. So, like, you'll have one black card that says blank plus blank equals profit.
Yeah.
And then I put down something insensitive and something equally insensitive, and then it's kind of funny. But then someone puts down something very racially offensive and insensitive, and it's absolutely hilarious.
Oh, so you laugh at racially offensive things? Is that what you're telling me, Amos?
Well, when it's in a yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
I've never actually played.
You haven't?
No, I've never played Cards Against Humanity.
Well, I'll have to get some friends around and we can play it.
Yeah.
It's actually the funniest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I won't be able to talk about any of the actual cards that we've played. Oh, actually, no, one I can.
Okay.
There's one black card in every deck that just says make a haiku, and you put down 3 of your cards, and it's just put down 3 cards. You read them in order, and whichever one someone chooses the funniest wins.
Yeah.
And my friend put down the best cards I've ever seen, and the only good haiku I've ever seen.
Yeah, go on.
It was third base, an Oedipus complex, dead parents.
Oh, wow. Okay. Now that, yeah. All right, so the Oedipus complex, that is wanting to sleep with your mother?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, because that's what Oedipus did. Dead parents and third base.
Yep.
So getting to third base with your dead mum.
Or something happened during third base with your parents, and now they're dead.
Oh, no.
Yep.
What's worse?
I think the latter.
Really?
Oh, actually, no, dead parents getting to third base with them is pretty bad.
Yeah, no, that's pretty horrible. I think we should go to another song because at this point in time, words aren't coming easy. This is F.R. David with Words Don't Come Easy. Was that a good segue?
Yeah, we'll go back to weather after this, I promise.
Maybe. Or, yeah. That was.
You seem to be having some trouble there, Blake.
Yeah, well, Words Don't Come Easy by F.R. David.
Ah! Teamwork to make that joke.
Well done, thank you. You worked with me. Well done. Good boy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Much obliged.
Yeah.
So the weather.
Weather!
I love just doing that.
So the weather. Anyone who talks about the weather is a lifeless corpse.
I am a husk.
Hmm?
A lifeless corpse, a husk. Yeah.
You're a what?
I tried to play into your joke here, Blake, but you left me out on the porch like a dried salmon.
A dried salmon?
A dried salmon.
What are you doing leaving a dried salmon out on the porch?
I don't know, Blake, you tell me you've left me there.
Oh, no, I'm really sorry. I thought you were going to say like a dried apricot. And then you got me. You got me good with the salmon. You slapped me in the face with a dried salmon.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh no, my face is all fishy now.
Do you think it'd be worse being slapped with a dry salmon or a wet salmon?
Both at the same time.
Pardon?
Both.
So they're both worse than each other?
No. I'm saying get slapped by both at the same time.
Oh, that would be such an awful experience.
Coming at you from a dry salmon on the right, coming at you with a wet salmon on the left.
Oh, that wasn't even how I originally planned it. That's so much worse.
Isn't it?
Yeah, you caught me off guard there, because I imagined it inverted.
Yeah. Honestly, I think this conversation's a bit fishy.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, sorry. Hashtag dad jokes.
Dad.
Oh,
you
dad.
and your jokes.
I
don't think my dad ever made dad jokes.
Huh?
No.
Maybe.
I feel like I have to pick up the mantle now.
Yeah?
Yep.
So you're just going to make dad jokes as not a dad. Is that what you're telling me?
Yep.
That's really good. I'm really proud of you.
Well, I've been told when I have a beard I look like a dad.
Yeah, and when you put your glasses on.
Well, I don't have glasses, but when I put other people's glasses on, I turn into a being that looks like maybe like some kind of Scandinavian dad who works part-time as an IT consultant.
And when you get your top off, you do have a bit of a dad bod.
Oh, yeah, I'm rocking the dad bod.
Should we put some pictures up on the page?
No.
Oh, sorry. When you're asleep, I will... So check out the Banter Facebook page, facebook.com/.
Just
Blake
check
and
up on Amos's sleep cycles, and when it says that I'm asleep, check out the Banter page. No, don't do that. That's weird.
I'm gonna do that.
Don't map out my sleep cycles.
Why not?
Because that's actually really weird.
Yeah, but you're my best friend. It's okay. It's okay to map out your best friend's sleep cycles, Amos.
How would you like it if I kept a notebook, a detailed ledger even, of how you slept?
Honestly, I'm surprised you haven't done it already.
Okay.
So
you haven't found out about the ledger?
What? Wait, have you?
No.
Amos.
Why would I do that?
Amos, that really means a lot to me.
I swear I haven't.
Why not?
Maybe
Please?
I have.
I hope you have.
I'm just going to put the question in there and you can figure it out for yourself.
Because if you've done that, that's really nice. That's like offering me a box of Celebration chocolates and saying, hey, you can take the Malteser one.
Wow.
That's really nice.
So for Celebrations, is that like the new...
Favourites.
Favourites, yeah.
It's like giving me a box of favourites and saying, hey, you can take...
the Crunchy?
The Flake.
The Flake? Really? The Flake was never on my priority chocolates.
Really?
Yeah,
was
no.
that there for me?
It used to be, I think, Crunchies, Caramello Koalas back when they had them.
Yeah.
And, what else?
I think the worst thing you can do is offer someone a box of favourites and go, oh, you can have the Morrow.
What's wrong with the Morrow? It's basically just like Mars bar, but not... It's like an off-brand Mars bar,
like
but by
Aldi.
Cadbury.
Or the white chocolate.
Morrow is kind of like a cross between a
or the
Rolo...
Cadbury caramel things. I didn't like them.
What is wrong with you? You chose all you want is boring chocolate.
No, if you give me a box of favourites, I'll say, yeah, I'll have the flake. Yeah, I'll have the crunchy. Hey, I might have a cherry ripe.
But offering someone the picnic is always a rough bet.
Really?
Because the picnic isn't for everyone.
What if they got a nut allergy, especially?
Yeah, especially then, yeah. Because
Yeah.
you got to choose, oh no, am I accidentally assassinating them? Or am I offering them maybe one of the most underrated chocolates in the bunch?
Yeah, that's right. I'm a picnic man.
You picnic man?
I like to eat picnics while I'm on a picnic rug.
It's always a good thing to do.
Picception.
Picception.
Picnic.
That's not...
It's picceptional.
What?
I don't know.
These aren't words anymore, Blake.
You know what else isn't a word?
Jerf.
Sounded a bit like sheriff. So I'm going to say yes, it is a word.
No.
Then you said sheriff. It sounded like you've got a bit of an accent and you're not quite sure how to say sheriff. So you've just you've mumbled it and you've kind of said it under your breath. Just so people think, oh, you've said it right, but you're a bit quiet. Sheriff.
Well, I thought I said jerf.
No, I heard you say sheriff.
Yeah.
Yeah, sheriff.
No, I don't see sheriff from
But
that.
do you know what isn't a word?
What? That is certainly not a word.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I was
I
thinking.
don't think there are even vowels in that. Oh, there was definitely a vowel in that.
Oh, that was
all vowels.
vowel. What about?
Could be an E in there.
That's a camel talk.
I thought camels went...
Yeah, no, that's right. That was more alpaca then, wasn't it? They're always spitting on you.
Yeah, I think I would
They'd
like
be
an alpaca.
great in a BDSM dungeon.
What?
What? You know,
What?
You go to a BDSM dungeon, you have to pay extra to get spat on.
Do you?
I don't know, I've never been to one.
Yeah, no, I
imagine
don't
so.
have a position of experience
I mean,
on
if
this.
you got a red raw bum cheek, you'd probably like a bit of spit on there just to cool it down.
So the weather...
So I'm just thinking, what if they employ an alpaca that just walks through every 10 to 20 minutes and just spits on your bum?
I mean, I guess in that situation it would be oddly refreshing.
It would.
But
I think so.
What's the force behind one of those?
On no other occasion would you want a alpaca to spit on your bum. But if you're in a BDSM dungeon and your bum's a bit red raw, you kind of go, oh, thanks, alpaca. And you go...
Shh.
Which is you're welcome in alpaca.
Camels and alpacas aren't even related. How did we get between those two?
Third cousins.
Really?
According to Wikipedia.
According to Wikipedia?
They're third cousins.
How? What is the situation behind how a person becomes a first cousin and then a second cousin? Like, is a cousin and a first cousin the same thing?
What?
What is the second cousin?
No, a first
is
cousin...
it like the cousin of a cousin?
If you say someone's your cousin, I guess that can be first, second, third, whatever. They're your cousin. Right? First cousin is your uncle or auntie's child.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they have a child, that's your second cousin.
So when your cousin has a child,
yeah,
that child is your second cousin.
Second cousin.
I always thought that a second cousin was your parents' cousin.
That as well.
Oh, it goes in both directions?
I think so. Like, it's weird.
Do you think we should look this up in between the song breaks?
I think, yeah, we'll go to a song now, and we're going to search it up. We're going to figure out what makes people cousins. So we're going to go to a little song right now. Amos, do you want to introduce this one?
Yes, this is Queens of the Stone Age with 3s and 7s.
Here we go.
That was 3s and 7s by Queens of the Stone Age. Quite a hard-rocking track if you weren't expecting it.
Fun fact, that's actually named after their favourite numbers.
Really?
3 and 7.
I mean, I guess they're kind of cool numbers. When you put them together, they make 10, and 10's a pretty neat number.
Is it, though?
I like 10.
Hitler liked 10 as well.
Did he?
Maybe.
I always thought he liked 9.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Just getting your cash out mid... We get back into this bracket. Hey, well, so you could have done this the whole break. We had a solid, 3 minutes just there of that song. I look over, you're getting $100 bills out of your pocket.
Those $100 bills?
Yeah, no, but I was trying to make you seem richer.
Yeah, but then I'll get all the gold diggers, and I want the real people.
Oh, you want the real people?
Yeah, no, just I was getting some chafing from my pocket, and I needed to just reallocate things.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. So we searched up cousin.
And it was the most useless thing I've ever looked up. It's just, there's no definite,
So, the one that I knew is they're a child of one's aunt or uncle, also called first cousin.
Okay, that we knew.
I got that. And then if they have a cousin, that's your second cousin, so on and so forth. Definition number 2. A relative descended from a common ancestor, such as a grandparent, by 2 or more steps in a diverging line.
So if my aunt and my uncle stand on a line, and then someone else stands on a line that sort of splits off from that line, do they become my cousin? Or is this in terms of a family tree?
I think family tree.
That makes the most sense, yeah.
More sense. But in a way, this doesn't make too much sense to me. I just think of the film Divergent. I never saw it, and I don't really want to.
No, that's that one with Matt Damon and Leonardo DiCaprio
That's
and...
The Departed.
Oh. No, you saw The Divergent. You fell asleep, didn't it? Did you?
No, I saw the sequel.
Oh.
Insurgent.
Oh.
Yeah.
That looked bad.
I like going to the movies. Every now and again, I'll go see a film, and I'll just happen to fall asleep.
You seem to do that quite a bit.
No, not quite a bit. It depends if I...
You've talked about, the last 3 movies you've seen. You've fallen asleep in them.
They were bad films. I saw Fantastic Four. That was the most recent. That's turned me off the movies. I haven't been to the movies since Fantastic Four. Because that was horrible. I didn't even pay for it, but I just don't want to waste my money on it, you know?
Mm.
That was a horrible film. I fell asleep quite a number of times. And it's weird. You should try it sometime. Fall asleep at points during the film, and then you wake back up, and it doesn't make any sense. But in a way, it makes it more interesting.
I see.
All right, so I did it with that film. The one that was the best was I saw The Kingsman, right, and fell asleep. And if you've seen The Kingsman, there's a scene in a church where they just go mental, and he kills 100 people. I woke up when that scene was just starting, and I was like, what is going on here? Have I travelled back in time? The answer was no. I don't know why I asked myself that.
Yeah, it seems a bit of a silly question to ask oneself.
It was a bit silly, and...
After a while, I'm guessing you realised that you were still in a cinema.
Yeah, no. After it took about 5 minutes.
5 minutes, wow.
Yeah, and then I saw Samuel L. Jackson's face. I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm in a cinema because you don't see him any other place
unless you're a family member of Samuel L. Jackson or one of his cousins.
One of his cousins.
Call back to 5 minutes ago.
Not even, bloody 3 minutes ago.
Are you keeping track?
Yeah.
Nice.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
That was weird. That was so backwards. I said, you're welcome, then you said thank you. So I guess it works. That's all right. But it's good to be here.
Yeah,
so the weather. Yeah, no, the weather. I suppose maybe we should tell the people a bit about us.
Well, I mean, because we've got new listeners now, don't we? Because it's a new time slot. People might still be driving home.
The drive time slot. If you've got a digital radio in your car and you're driving, you're cool. You're really cool.
Having a digital radio in your car. I don't know anyone with a digital radio at all.
Yeah, my mum bought one simply because we're on the radio. She wouldn't have one for any other reason. I know someone that had two digital radios.
Why?
So rich.
So unnecessary, but luxurious.
One in the lounge room, one in the kitchen.
Why not just have one for the whole house?
Well,
actually, I think my dad has a digital radio.
Does he?
Yeah.
Good. So you listen to the show?
I don't know, probably not.
Oh, great.
I should tell them to listen into the show.
Yeah, tell them to tune in. Tell your friends to tune in as well.
Tell everyone you know to tune in, because this is the best radio station.
Except Nazi
synthesizers? Yeah, Nazi synthesizers?
Synthesizers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What was that noise, though?
That was me using a synthesizer.
Could you make that noise again?
Synthesizer.
Oh, there we go. That makes it better.
Cool back there. How do you say that word? Not synthesizer.
Sympathizer?
What?
Sympathizer?
Is that it? Sympathizer.
Yeah. One who sympathizes.
Yeah. If you sympathize. Almost said a naughty word. That word.
Sympathize?
Yeah.
Is thigh a naughty word?
No, I was getting a bit aggressive because I hate that word. I can't. It's annoying.
Yeah.
That's one of the words I can't say.
I can't think of any words I can't say.
Say schnitzel.
Schnitzel. Except for Greek names. I can get my mouth around those.
Say schnitzel?
Schnitzel.
Mm. You can kind of say it.
What do you mean I can kind of say it?
Say it again.
Schnitzel.
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 You putting quite a bit on the SCH.
It's got an SCH in it.
It does, but you don't need to pronounce it so much, do you?
Do you only say schnitzel?
Schnitzel.
Schnitzel.
So it's a little, yeah. You're a bit better now. Appreciation.
People who say appreciate just drive me up the wall.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I appreciate that. Really? Why?
I don't appreciate the way you're talking.
I'm going to jump on your wall at home, and you're going to drive me up it, and I'm going to leave tire marks all over your wall.
That's a bit rough and rugged.
Yeah. Your wall, actually, has got quite an interesting design.
We'll get to that, but just back to appreciate. Just say it right.
Appreciate.
You say appreciate, I say appreciate. Let's go the whole thing.
In that song, he says, you say tomato, I say tomato. Oh, no, hold on. You say potato, I say potato.
Yeah.
Who says potato? No one says potato.
No.
If you say potato, you are being a weird person. You are just trying to make fun of people who say tomato by saying potato.
Potato. There you go. Someone just heard someone say tomato. I reckon the way that works is, you know how when you're younger, I'm just fiddling with your foot there on the ground because you're in my space. It's my personal bubble. When you're younger, the way you're taught to say words is by like looking at the vowels and the letters in it and then just trying to put them together and make a sound out of it, yeah? So if you know the word tomato and you saw the word tomato and then you saw potato and saw it spelt quite similar, you go, oh, tomato, potato.
Yeah, but usually when you're doing that, you're in school, and if you say something in an American way, they'll throw you at the wall and then pick you up by the ankles and chuck you at the fan, and then you'll hit the fan and go, pew!
I'm interested in this idea of being thrown at the wall as a child, and I'm thinking, you know, the wall, Pink Floyd, be a bit more interesting if all the bricks were just children who said potato. Potato. All in all, it's just another child that said potato in the wall.
It's a really terrifying image, just imagining a wall of children.
Yeah. Just all planking on one another, but slightly, one would be there, and then their feet would kind of just hit their bum, because you know that's how bricks work.
Yeah.
Let's go to a song. Is that all right with you?
We might need to start spacing the songs out a bit more, just because of the time we have.
No.
Okay.
We don't, and you don't need to say that live on air. Completely unnecessary.
You know what else is unnecessary?
Your face.
I was going to say a third blanket.
Gimp masks. This is Narco and Medicine for the people with a little song called So Thankful. And we are so thankful.
For gimp masks.
Oh, shit.
For my Lolo, my Lola, my mamas, my papas. Papa didn't die in vain. Got to give my papa a little kiss.
Narco and the Medicine for the people with a little song called So Thankful. So thankful, not for Gimp Mask, so thankful for you listening. For our first episode of Season 2, listen to a bit of cheeky banter. Banter to Electric Boogaloo with Blake and Amos on SYN Nation.
Yes, the one.
Gotcha. Check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/Blake and Amos, and also our little banter page on syn.org.au/banter.
Mm-hmm.
We use that less. Facebook page is probably the way to go.
Definitely.
Way the future.
Facebook is definitely the way of the now and the future.
Yeah.
Maybe not the future so much, but definitely the now.
The now. And a bit of the past. Not all the past, but some of the past.
A little bit of the past.
Do you know what happens if you put an A after the past? You get some pasta. Yum, 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 yum.
I do like pasta. I had pasta last night.
Yeah.
It's quite nice.
What do you think of spaghetti?
Spaghetti is like Italian noodles. And the Italians know how to make noodles.
Oh, my. I've never thought of it like that.
Wait, you seriously, you've never drawn those comparisons between noodles and pasta?
No.
Have I blown your mind?
Yeah.
How's that affecting you right now?
Italian noodles.
Italian noodles. Or...
I really like that.
Or are noodles Asian spaghetti?
That's just weird. I wouldn't encourage you to say that again.
go with Italian noodles?
Yeah, Italian noodles.
All
It's
right,
got a nice ring to it, but when you start saying Asian spaghetti, I feel like doing a few foot manoeuvres on your face.
Is it just because spaghetti is a very unattractive word?
Spaghetti. It sounds better when you say it. Hey, would you like some Asian spaghetti? That's a little reference to Tim and Eric.
Tim and Eric are coming to Australia.
Tickets are quite expensive.
Tickets are $90.
I like them.
I can't afford that.
Well, you can.
Well, I can, but I don't want to spend $90
because
on
someone
those
got you a
tickets.
job, didn't they? Who got you a job, Amos? Who got you a job on the holidays? Who got you a job?
You got me a job.
I got you a job, that's right. I got you a job. What was your job?
I was the dry ice man. I was the Iceman. I came with...
The Iceman, not the serial killer.
Was there a serial killer called the Iceman?
Yeah, there's a serial killer called the Iceman.
But did he kill Frosted Flakes or Fruit Loops?
No, he was just well mad. I wouldn't condone what he did.
Oh, so it was a people killer. A people killer.
Yeah, he killed people.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Don't.
If you're listening now, just a warning. Don't kill people.
Two things you shouldn't do in life. Number one, don't kill people. Second one, don't call me Quicks McGee, the mole person.
I had that in my head.
Yeah,
I'm glad you went there.
You're welcome.
Yeah, two things you should always do in life is not kill people and not call Blake Quicks McGee, the mole man.
Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah, even if he lives in an underground bunker made of dirt.
Don't tell people that.
I mean...
I told you I don't appreciate you telling people that I live in an underground bunker, because I don't.
I thought it was just the mole thing.
No, just don't tell people about the way I live.
Alright.
Thank you.
I live in ice. Because I'm the Iceman.
You're the Iceman.
Yep.
What killed the dinosaur? A meteor.
Yeah.
The Ice Age.
Well, I wouldn't say the meteor killed them. I'd say the meteor killed at least a decent amount
What
of
if it
them.
was diabetes?
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. What if they were eating too many pounders?
Yeah, because someone went back in time with some loafers on their feet.
Yes. Bloody Doc Brown. He's always doing crazy stuff like that, isn't he?
Doc Brown?
Back to the Future.
Ah, okay, I got confused between Doc Brown and Doc Martin. Because Doc Martin make loafers.
Could you imagine if Doc Martin was in Back to the Future?
Can you imagine if Doc Martin went back in time?
Oh, wow. Now you got me thinking now.
Should we write, like, a parody where Doc Martin goes back in time for whatever reason?
Probably not.
Okay, yeah, I imagine we wouldn't really have the legal rights to do such a thing anyway.
I mean, we should contact him for sure, though.
Oh, totally.
Say, yo, Doc.
Well, you know he's a character, not an actual person, right?
Doc Martin.
Yeah.
Who's the actor that plays him?
Doc Freeman.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Doc Martin is not played by someone called Doc Freeman. His name's Martin Tunes. Clunes.
Martin Clunes?
Martin Clunes. So his name is Martin. Bloody hell, he could be Doc Martin.
He could be the Doc Martin. Actually, is he a doctor? Check his, what is the word I'm looking for?
His Wikipedia.
No, I wasn't thinking Wikipedia. I'm thinking one of his, credentials. OBE. Oh, okay. So he's been knighted.
So his name's Alexander Martin Clunes.
Scroll down. Wait, I want to see if he has a doctorate.
He doesn't. He's not really a doctor. He's a fake doctor. But still, I'll call him up and go, what's up, Doc? He'll go, oh, wow, I'm a big fan of Bugs Bunny.
Well,
and then, yeah, well, apparently. And then I'll say, hey, we've got an idea. Back to the Future with Doc Martin. I'm not a doctor. Ian, hey, take it easy, buddy. I'm just trying to have a conversation. No need to get aggressive with me. I'm just telling you, it's just a show I do. I'm not a doctor. Hey, shut up. Shut your face, Alexander Martin Clunes. If that's your real name, yeah, that is my real name. Hey, just be quiet. Be quiet for a second. Shut your face. Shut your mouth. Don't talk up. And then I'll mention.
I feel really afraid because Blake's getting kind of angry towards the person who's not here.
I'm getting into the scene, Amos. I'm getting into it.
I feel threatened.
And then I'll mention the show, and he'll be like, "Oh yeah, that sounds pretty good," and then he'll never contact me. And I'll send him messages, but he just like on Facebook, and every now and again I'll say, "Seen at this time." I'm like, "Oh yeah, that was 2 weeks ago. Why didn't you respond?"
Please respond.
I felt like at the end that got really real.
It did a bit.
Quite sad.
Being left on scene is a real problem.
I'm
If you know someone who's been left on scene, just Give them your support.
Yeah, and I think I need to think about this just for a little bit. I'm actually quite sad right now.
Because Doc Martin won't message you back?
Yeah, that's... I don't want to talk about it anymore, Amos. Can you announce the next song, please?
Yes, it is Red Hot Chili Peppers. By the way, Blake, get over it.
That's really mean. I'm crying over Doc Martin, and you tell me to get over it? That's inappropriate.
By the way, that was the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
By the way, nice one.
Yeah, that's the name of the song. The song's called By the Way. In case you've just tuned in. And if you've just tuned in...
There's a snake in my boot.
What?
Oh, I don't know. I thought there was a snake in my boot. Turns out it was just my pee. Nah.
Oh! Did you try and tuck it into your sock and it kind of flipped out?
Yeah.
Common problem.
Common problem.
Yep. I try to tuck mine into my sock. Often comes loose, so I have to wrap it around my ankle.
Oh. Why don't you do the downwards wrap? You know where it just comes along the thigh, then just around the knee, down to the ankle, instead of just going straight down and 3 around the ankle.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so it's more like a vine.
It's a good idea, actually.
Do it for the vine.
I will not do that for that reason.
Fair enough. And also, probably because it wouldn't reach. I think that's the other reason.
Don't kill my buzz.
Don't hate the player, hate the game. Is that the saying?
Yeah, I think it is. And I think it's a very bad saying.
I think so as well.
Yeah, no.
You know what's worse?
Diseases?
Yeah. You know what else?
Arguments?
Exactly. And you know what else?
Pets with one missing leg?
Yeah, exactly. You know what else?
Betting that you fart, but then it isn't a fart. And then you have to clean it up.
No. You kind of lost me on that last one. We were going pretty well. I thought, there's some nice things there. I forgot what we were even talking about. And then you just started. You said the word fart twice, and I kind of just went. Yeah, and I don't know how I feel about this.
When you go to release a little bit of the gas, but you release the demons inside you.
You just made me exhale. You made me exhale live on radio. I can't believe you do that, Amos.
I left you speechless.
No, you just left me wanting more from life.
I'm sorry. You can't be friends with me and expect to have a good time.
Wait, what? That's like the biggest insult to yourself ever. You can't expect to be friends with me and have a good time.
Having a good time.
Having a good time. A rocket ship.
Pardon? We're not talking about Elton John.
No, he's the Rocket Man.
Ah, Rocket Man.
What you do when you don't know the lyrics.
Just hum the tune to a different song.
It was like seeing someone, when you actually watch them, when they're singing the lyrics to a song that's on the radio, and you're watching their lips move, but then you realise that you're not saying the lyrics to that song. What do you do? What are you singing? Do you ever do that?
No.
Fair enough. No, because I was in the car this morning listening to George Ezra. Budapest comes on. Mum's singing the lyrics. Pretty sure she wasn't, though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
I think the lyric was "My Beautiful Castillo" or whatever. Your lips weren't making that movement to those words. So, she's probably listening. Just calling you out live on air, Mum.
How could you do such a thing?
Because I'm a horrible child.
Makes sense.
But think of it this way. If that's the worst thing I'm going to do to my mother, I think I'm pretty good.
Yeah, good point. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, you could be doing so much worse.
Yeah, I could be doing... I could be
repainting the house without her permission.
Oh, no, she'd appreciate that.
Yeah, but what if it was the wrong colour? You gotta always bring it up with the person you're living with before you paint the house.
But what if I did it with the same colour? I went out my way, to Bunnings, where you don't work, and I asked them, is this colour, can I get this colour? Can I get 3 tins of it? You're pulling the weirdest face on it. Amos, where do you work?
I work at Bunnings.
No, you don't. When was your last shift?
I don't know, many months ago.
Many months ago. Did you go to it?
Yeah, no.
No. Your last shift was over 8 months ago, and you still think you work at Bunnings. I'm trying to tell you. I'm telling you, Amos.
Okay, a little bit of backstory. Whenever Blake says, "Look, I'm telling you," it's basically his way of saying, "I know I'm wrong, but I'm only sticking into this conversation to piss you off."
No, it's kind of.
Yes,
no,
all the time. Whenever you say, "Look, I'm telling you," it's just, it's the most irritating thing.
Since you picked me up on it, that's the reason I do it. But usually when I say, "Listen, I'm telling you," it's because I know I'm right. You don't work at Bunnings.
I work at Bunnings.
You can't not do a shift for 8 months and then still say, "Yeah, I work there."
I called my not producer, not my publisher,
Your
not my
manager?
supervisor. No, I called up one of them today.
Yeah, and what they say?
They say call back later.
Call back later. when? Yeah, okay.
Well, no, they didn't say that, but I mean, okay, I'm making it sound like I really don't work there. But they did call me up last week saying, "Hey, yeah, we want you on."
No,
they did.
I'm pretty sure that's not how they call. Didn't you get a message or something about them wanting to fire you?
I got a piece of mail from them saying that, "Hey, we can't get a hold of you. We just assume you don't want to work here anymore."
Yeah.
So I called them up and I said, "No, I do want to work here. I don't know why you still don't have my phone numbers. It's been over a year. Why do you not put my phone number in your system?"
Because they had the wrong number, didn't they?
Yeah, they've had my old number from, I think, a year and a half ago since then, and they still haven't got my new number.
Anyway,
I think only 3 people in the entire company have my current phone number.
Well, there you go.
Like, them as individuals in their private phones, not in the
I really think you should have gone
system.
out of your way, though, to give them your number.
I have, on many occasions. It took me a lot of self-restraint.
Out of your way enough, though?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah. Don't check your phone. I heard that in my headphones.
Hmm?
That noise came through the microphones.
What's the message off your mum?
Yeah? What's she saying?
We've dropped out, but that was like 10 minutes ago.
Well, I think they graduated a long time ago. I don't know why they're dropping out now.
Oh, you're cheeky. You're so cheeky. All right, we're going to go to another little song. This is a song about love. That's the name of the song by Jake Bugg.
I just wanna find where you are.
There's a song about love by Jake Bugg. Really like that song.
Okay.
No need to be such a shit-face about it. That was really... I'm just... yeah, you back announce your songs. You go, "Oh, that's a really good song. I like that song." I say it, and then you just... Okay. Don't be so rude. That is the rudest thing. Really, it is. Have we told this story?
No, we have never told this story.
Well, let's bloody tell it then.
Alright, let's tell this story.
So we had a big night out. This is probably maybe a couple of weeks ago. Drinking too much water. We love our water. We like to keep well hydrated.
Oh, so hydrated.
We're pushing it in the faces of those Ethiopians, right? And too far? Too far? Come on, it's an hour and a half into the show.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so we're at McDonald's. It's quite late.
No, we're at Subway.
Subway?
It was Subway.
We're at Subway. Good one. Amos is a bit out of it more than me. And PJ, our friend, decides he needs to go to the bathroom.
Despite walking past about 3 on the way to Subway.
Yeah. Well, he probably didn't need to go then. You know?
Yeah.
And so he's like, there's a bunch of police officers out there. He's like, "I'm going to go ask one of those officers where the closest the restroom is." Because I got him to say bathroom. I was like, no, he didn't say that. He said restroom.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. And then Amos just looks at PJ and goes, "That is the rudest thing."
I figured, hey, PJ, you don't need to go and talk to police officers while you are well hydrated.
Yeah.
They probably don't want to be bothered at 3 o'clock.
He wasn't as hydrated as you. Like, you were the most hydrated out of all of us. All right? You were too hydrated. Some would say too hydrated. I'd say that.
Yeah.
I think you had too much hydration.
No, I was only mildly hydrated.
You were like an oxygen bottle filled up with water. Well hydrated.
Makes no sense.
You don't make any sense when you pull a face like a leopard.
Can I do that?
I don't know, can you?
I've never tried it.
Do you ever pull a face and just think, is that person about to say ranch dressing?
No.
Oh, okay. I was just checking.
But I know that's something you do quite regularly, apparently.
Not regularly. That was just weird. Like, before we came here at Melbourne Central, Amos got some chicken from an Asian restaurant. He made some noises while he was eating. And he pulled a face when he bit into the chicken. I couldn't help but think, oh, he's definitely going to just say ranch dressing. Just, it was the face you pull before you go, ranch dressing. So that's a new face. You probably haven't seen it before. That's the and that was the noise you were making.
Yeah.
There was that. Imagine if we did the show like that.
I think we'd immediately lose all followers.
All 5.
No, we have more now that it's a drive time slot.
Well, not necessarily. This is kind of the live or let die episode. Get off your phone. Don't be so rude. That is the rudest thing.
Says the person who checks their phone on the mic and has the noise go through the mic.
Yeah, but it was from your mum. So no, it really was. That's not an insult to you. But I know your mum jokes are a thing.
Yeah, but it was from your mum.
Your mum, but it literally was. She was just confirming that you are an employee of Bunnings.
Yep, I am.
But I reckon for a good chunk of time, you weren't.
That's not how employment works, Blake.
I say how employment works. You get jobs. You get shifts. That's how employment works, Amos. You didn't get a shift for 8 months, and the one you did get offered, you didn't show up at. That's not how employment works. I know how employment works. I'm an actor.
Aren't actors like the most irregularly employed profession?
Exactly. Any more questions?
Yeah. Do crabs think fish can fly?
You mentioned that earlier today or yesterday, and I just don't know how to feel about it.
Yeah.
Like, I think are crabs aware that they're in the ocean? Because they can come out into land, can't they?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, no, I don't know.
Do you think like they go out into the ocean? They go out into the onto land and they see birds and like, oh, that's danger.
That's danger.
Head back into the water, and then they see fish going around. They're like, oh, wet birds.
Wet birds.
Yeah.
That it comes down to: would you rather get slapped with a wet bird or a dry bird?
I don't know. I feel like a wet bird would be quite heavy.
They're a bit stinky as well, aren't they?
Yeah. So do you want something that's heavier but possibly messier, but not as like dirty?
And stinky though.
Yeah.
So it's cleaner, but it's stinkier. And then you got a wet.
But then you got like
Wait, or dry. Wait, I don't know. I got confused.
Think about it at home. You don't have to think about it now.
I was just really all I was trying to do there was a call back to when we were talking about: is it better to get slapped with a dry salmon or a wet salmon?
Yeah, but we got too deep in actually trying to think about which would be better.
You got too deep too quick. And that's what you do. You just get too deep too quick.
It's like when you slip on the stairs going into the pool.
Oh, no, that's bad.
Yeah.
You know you don't have good skills if you're slipping on the stairs getting into a pool.
Yeah, well, because sometimes they've got really slippery tiles, and sometimes they've got that 80 grit like sandpaper sort of surface.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's never good. You ever tried like running underwater, and then like you scrape your foot on the sandpaper surface, and you're like, and then it's fine.
I haven't been in a pool for ages, but whenever I'm in a pool, I like to pretend I'm in the Matrix and run along the walls.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah, but then you get pushed out a bit, and you're like, oh no, but then you get closer and you do it again.
Yeah, and when you were younger, you always used to like be underwater and move around and pretend you're in slow motion.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm looking forward to the next time I get to be in a pool, which is either next time I just go to a pool or the next time I go to Geelong Water Park.
Oh, Geelong Water. I think we'll talk about Geelong Water Park after this little song. This is Cage to the Elephant with a little song called
In One Ear.
Out the Other.
It's a good song.
Nice.
Cage the Elephant, but don't actually. That's just their band name.
Yeah, that'd be really rude if you were going around caging elephants. South Africans, they do that.
Do they?
Well, some. Like, I know they like cut horns off them and stuff.
That got violent.
Yeah.
Poachers aren't great.
Yeah, no, they aren't.
Poached eggs are pretty good, though. I just think maybe we should put some taxations or some limitations on poachers, just so they don't poach so many eggs. Even though poached eggs are quite nice, I feel like it might damage the egg ecosystem. What do you think about poaching eggs? Do you think it should be regulated, or do you?
No, I think if you're going to poach something, poach eggs.
Yeah, there's no sportsmanship to poaching eggs,
Yeah,
but
like,
they're eggs. Who cares?
I care.
There was some huge mixed messages in that rambling.
There really was, wasn't there?
Yeah, like, oh, but don't poach, but poach eggs. But
if you're going to poach anything,
eggs.
poach eggs. Don't poach them. Don't poach eggs.
I mean, don't poach animals. Poach eggs. Forget what I said. But just be sensitive to the eggs.
Yeah, treat them nice.
Yeah. Eggs aren't people, but imagine they were.
Eggs Benedict
Arnold.
What a guy.
Eggs Benedict Arnold?
Yeah. I don't know him.
I imagine Benedict Arnold was... He always gets referenced to as a traitor of some kind, but I don't know what he did.
Was he a rogue traitor? By that, I mean, was he Natalie Bassingthwaight?
What?
There was a band, an Australian band called the Rogue Traders.
Oh, were they?
And the lead singer was Natalie Bassingthwaight.
That's an interesting name.
I hate her.
Wow, that became...
She's a judge on the X Factor, and I always...
Oh.
The blonde one, I always just hated seeing her. Like, what did you do? And then I found out she was in the Rogue Traders, and I was still thinking, what did you do?
I don't know, being an X Factor judge immediately makes you a very judged person. I think anyone whose job it is to judge people, whether it be like a critic, even though I'd love to be a critic, I'd love to judge people professionally. Yeah. But I don't think anyone likes someone whose job it is to judge people professionally. Like Sharon Osbourne.
What a woman.
What a woman. Not a bad person. I mean, she was the wife of She was the wife of Ozzy Osbourne, or Osbourne, as I just said before. I feel like... I mean, she's always really nice, but she rubs me the wrong way because she is paid heaps because she's a judge, but she didn't do anything.
Wait, what? She rubbed you like left to right or right to left?
Pardon?
Which way do you prefer to be rubbed?
Let me think about that.
Okay.
Left to right?
Left to right?
Yeah, from their perspective. From the rubber's perspective, left to right.
This has been quite a weird segment.
Yeah, no, it has. I've had to ramble on so you can put a USB in the computer.
Yeah, because we're about to play a little game. If you just don't look at the screen, Amos.
I will not look at the screen. I am now turned around.
Good man. Because we like to play a little game.
What game is that, Blake? This is a little, not a callback, but this is a return to form in terms of older banter shows.
Yeah, no, we haven't done this one in a while. We like to play a little game called 4 Sounds, 1 Film, where I play 4 sounds, and they're all from one film. It's a bit like the game 4 Pictures, 1 Word, but
for blind people.
Blind people can play it, so that's pretty good.
Except this is if a blind person watches films.
Yeah, okay. So I got a few sounds here. I really don't know if you're going to get it this week, Amos. So we're going to start off with this one right here.
What happened?
That sounds familiar.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go into the next one, soundbite number 2.
Less familiar.
Less familiar. All right, I'm gonna describe it. So what's happening here is, so I guess you can tell it's a musical, right? It's a bit
is it?
Well, they're singing.
Oh, then in that case, I haven't seen it.
They're dancing in a hospital. In that one, and then if we go back to the first soundbite, they were dancing on an excavator.
Oh.
Okay. So we go on to the next one.
Get away from me, man. I ain't got nothing to say to you.
Look, man, I want to call it truce, all right? We want you with us, man. Look, if they tear down Miracles, that's our neighborhood. Don't you see, man, they'll redevelop us right out of existence. We need your juice, Stro. We need to be united, man.
Ozone, don't lay the jive on me, man. I don't need it.
What kind of funky devils are you watching?
Don't lay the jive on me, man. I don't need it. Bit of life truth right there. And we just got one more. All right, this one might be a bit of a giveaway. Listen to some of the background lyrics, all right?
Alrighty.
Listen to some of the background lyrics. Here we go.
So come on, everybody, come along with the TKO crew, cause you know what to do. We're gonna all take a walk on the avenue.
I think I've got it.
You think you got it?
Yep.
All right, hit me with it.
Can I turn around?
Yeah, turn around.
I think I know what it was, Blake.
Yeah, what was it, Amos?
It was Footloose.
So Amos does this thing where he likes to say Footloose to whatever the film is, and he's always wrong, but then he always takes a real guess. Do you have any idea?
Was it Electric Avenue?
No.
Is that a movie?
No. That's a song by a Jamaican guy.
Okay.
Yeah, do you know?
No, I listened to the background lyrics, and the background lyrics I heard was...
Electric Boogaloo.
Oh!
Electric Boogaloo.
I thought it was Electric Avenue.
The only reason I've done this is basically, this is where we've got the name of the show from. There was a film made back in 1984 called Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Yep.
And this was the first film to use the term Electric Boogaloo after 2, and it's just become a massive parody in mainstream society.
Pretty much, yep.
No, I haven't seen the film.
Me either.
I don't think I want to. Like, getting these sound bites was really hard. I didn't want to sit through them.
Do you want to watch it sometime? Or did it
feel
really
like
look not good?
I mean, it looked alright. I think there was somewhat of a story, but not too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Let's go to another song.
What song?
I go to Michael Bublé with Crimea River, Amos.
Why?
Because that's the song.
We can't do that. We're in a studio. Lots of electrical equipment.
Shut up. That was Michael Bublé with Crimea River.
I think I still like Justin Timberlake's one version, and I haven't even heard it.
Wow. Now, I've gotten into Michael Bublé a bit more because
You're
I was
40-year-old and woman.
No, I was up in Sydney around it was probably a week before Christmas, and a Michael Bublé Christmas special from the previous year came on the TV. He's actually quite funny. I really enjoyed it, and I've got into his music more. As someone who's obviously not into his music is your stepdad, Brian. Because we did this thing where we found out that Brian didn't like Phil Collins, so we started playing a bunch of Phil Collins songs. Then we found out he didn't like Jamiroquai, so we played a Jamiroquai song. And then he's like, any Phil Collins on tonight? Amos said no. He's like, any crap music? And then we get one go, Michael Bubble, are you shitting me? So obviously not a fan of the Bubble. I think he's all right. But no, Brian, he's very... I like Brian, he's funny.
Oh, and the one time we didn't play Phil Collins or Jamiroquai, we played Simply Red.
Oh, he hated that, didn't he?
Yeah, I think we've gone at least one show without...
Did you tell him that I got tickets to the show for him?
No.
Oh, don't worry about that one then, Brian. So I hopped in the car. When we were going to the show, he picked us up one morning. I got in the car. First thing he says is, "Oh, sorry for the smell." I go, "Oh, I don't really smell anything bad." He's like, "Oh, don't worry about it then." the deadpan delivery of that line was very humorous. And then he went on to say, he'd just seen my show. I should be studying the night before. And this is quite funny. He was telling me his favourite bit of the show was, so I come out, starts off, I do a song called Guidelines, and I say how certain things like, if you're Jewish, don't eat bacon. But that's just a guideline. Like, you can do it. It's not a law. And then after I finish that song, I do a little joke, and I say, oh, that's just, I probably shouldn't have started with that song, but that's just a guideline. And that's a callback to the song I finished 5 seconds ago. Brian informs me this was his favourite part of the show.
He's a big fan of callbacks and call-outs and shouts and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know whether that's a good thing that that's his favourite part of the show. Because I thought, oh yeah, no, there's better bits. But I don't know. I thought it was a funny joke, and no one really laughed at it every night.
So you had one fan for that joke.
To know that that's his favourite part of the show really means a lot. So thank you very much, Brian. Good stuff. Hey, look at the time, Amos.
What time is it?
It's bloody 5:56.
we have only 5 minutes left. It has been 2 hours already.
That's mad.
It has gone by.
Like, coming into this, we thought, I don't know how we're going to go from doing an hour-long show to a 2-hour-long show, but here we are. We've basically made the end.
Yep, and with, like 2 actual topics of what we were going to talk about?
Yeah,
the weather and...
We went quite off topic, and then we didn't get to play in a few songs that we picked, so that's pretty cool.
Yep, nope, even when we've got an hour more than we usually do, we still can't fit in everything we want to get.
I think that's pretty great. So we're just going to wrap it up, I guess, quickly. If you like the show, check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/Blake and Amos.
And if you like us, message us.
Yeah, why not?
At Blake, Everett, and Amos Bat. And
don't.
You can chat us up.
Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me.
Talk to Blake.
I'm beyond you. Don't talk. No, I'm joking.
Talk about his mole manness.
No, don't call me Quicks McGee, and don't call me the mole person. And if you mention that one more time, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to rip your nose off and stick it in your left ear.
Again?
Another
callback to a callback to a callback.
So many callbacks, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, it is Throwback Thursday. I want to kill myself now because I hate that.
We don't joke about that stuff. Yeah, but that's good. That's it. That's episode 1 of Banter 2, Electric Boogaloo. I'm Blake, and next to me as always,
Amos Bat.
Thank you very much for listening. Yeah, check out the Facebook page. Pop a message if you like the show. Tell your friends to listen. We're on every Thursday from 4 till 6, and I'm looking forward to this season.
Yep, and if you don't have a digital radio, get a car with a digital radio, go to work, and drive home from it.
Yeah, because it's a bloody drive time slot, isn't it?
Yep, it's a drive time slot. Get a car
for
our show.
Yeah, and the podcast for this will be up. I'll start doing this better. Our podcast will be up, hopefully, within the week.
Any of the old shows podcasted on YouTube yet?
Just the first episode.
Just the first episode.
Yeah, well, it's hard. What do you do? What do you do, Amos? Besides not get shifts at Bunnings?
I carry the show on my shoulders.
Oh, bullshit. You don't have the right to talk. Because I wish I could live yesterday once more.
Why? Is that a song?
Yeah, by the Carpenters.
Huh, what a coincidence.
All right, we'll see you next week.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye. Please come back.